Remember when we'd wreck our bikes along that old dirt road? Get back up and shake off the dirt and try to move right on. Growing into sweet 16, it seems so far away. Before we knew it, we were cruising town, wishing our lives away. Time in school, it seemed like a waste, just another dreaded day. Dreaming about the call of my name on that graduation stage. And all those days went by so fast, and I just don't know how. Man, I wish I could go back then and know what I know now. 'Cause these are the moments that so matter. These are the moments and memories made. These are the moments you better cherish every day. 'Cause these are the moments you can get back. These are the moments that move so fast. These are the moments you better get busy living in. These are the moments. These are the moments. Remember all those times we spent trying to make up, and all those crazy late night fights when neither would give up. Worried about our money and how we would pay bills, instead of watching our kids grow up and living in that thrill. Remember when our moms and dads were living in their prime? We didn't go to visit. We said we just don't have time. And all those Sunday services we thought went way too long. We should have just sat right there and enjoyed every song. 'Cause these are the moments that so matter. These are the moments and memories made. These are the moments you better cherish every day. 'Cause these are the moments you can't get back. These are the moments that move so fast. These are the moments you better get busy living in. These are the moments. These are the moments you can't get back. These are the moments that move so fast. These are the moments you better get busy living in. These are the moments. Yeah, these are the moments. Well, good evening, everybody. We welcome you tonight to Virtual Church. And those of you that are on the Green River live stream are joining me here tonight to sing a few songs. I've got some special guests that's going to join me here in just a few minutes. But first, we will sing a few songs tonight and hopefully encourage you right where you are this evening, wherever that may be tonight. So I appreciate, love each and every one of you. Leave me a comment tonight. Say, hey, I'm watching. Leave a song request, prayer request. We'll try to get to it. And again, these Wednesdays and Sunday programs, sometimes we don't have a lot of time to get requests in, but I'll do my best for you tonight. Hope you're doing well. We'll start off with this old, not real old, but kind of old Southern gospel song. Goes like this. Well, I was once on the bottom of a barrel in life, and my heart filled with darkness, and my soul filled with strife. But then I met the Master. He made all my wrongs right. He gave me a new barrel that'll never run dry, 'cause my God still moves. He's no statue of stone, and my God still delivers, and He's still on His throne. And when you feel a bit discouraged, you can call on His name, 'cause our God still moves, and He's forever the same. When you find yourself searching or wondering which way to go, it don't take a genius or professor to know that there's a big God in heaven who knows all your needs. And if you'll just ask Him, Lord, I know that He'll set you free, 'cause my God still moves. He's no statue of stone. My God still delivers, and He's still on His throne. My God still moves, and He's forever the same. My God still moves, He's forever the same. Very true song tonight. God still moves, and He is forever the same. I hope you're doing well tonight. Let me mention some folks watching tonight with us. Phyllis and Jimmy Adams is watching at home. Bless you guys. Love you all very much. Joyce Coleman is watching tonight, my good buddy. And I hope you're doing well, Joyce, and your family tonight. Also, Teresa Bowling is watching. Patricia Browning. Tell Ernie I said hello all the way over there in Garrett County tonight. Gary Caldwell's watching. Appreciate you, buddy, very much. Gary Brummett, my neighbor, is watching church and eating nachos. Can't beat that. No, you can't. Good to see you on here tonight. Tommy Rogers, June and Tommy's listening tonight. Bless you all very much. Hope you're doing well tonight. And also Ricky King is watching tonight. Those of you that are watching, Kayla Strong just said hello. And I'm dropping my headphones, but hello, Kayla. Hope you guys are doing well tonight as well. Good to see our church family on here, our friends, and people that are very special to us. My niece Whitney Coulter's on here watching. Leave us a comment, say hello, thumbs up, thumbs down, song request, prayer request, whatever you want to leave on here tonight, as long as it's appropriate, I'll say that. But we appreciate each of you very much. Kathy Cottle, hello to you and Rodney and y'all's family tonight. Denise Davis, appreciate you very much, each and every one of you guys that are watching tonight. Love all of you. And sometimes I'll go back and watch these things, and I have failed to mention folks, and I don't mean to do that at all. I just get carried away on here, and sometimes I miss people. Don't mean to at all. We love each of you very much. I've got two very special guests going to be joining me here in about 20 minutes, and you don't want to miss that tonight. I know you'll be tremendously blessed by them. So in the meantime, let's sing a few songs tonight. Hello, Orlis and Becky Sparkman and Kim Hatter watching tonight. Love all of you all as well. Hope you're doing well tonight. If you've been walking the same old road for miles and miles, you've been hearing the same old voice tell the same old lies. If you're trying to fill the same old holes inside, there's a better life. There's a better life. And if you got pain, He's a pain taker. And if you feel lost, He's a way maker. If you need freedom or saving, He's a prison-shaking Savior. If you got chains, He's a chain breaker. Yes, He is. We've all searched for the light of the day and the dead of night, and we've all found ourselves worn out by the COVID fight. And we've all run to things we know just ain't right. There's a better life. There's a better life. And if you've got pain, He's a pain taker. And if you feel lost, He's a way maker. And if you need freedom or saving, He's a prison-shaking Savior. If you got chains, He's a chain breaker. If you need freedom or saving, He's a prison-shaking Savior. If you got chains, He's a chain breaker. Very true tonight. If you got chains, He's a chain breaker. It just hit me during that song. We're all tired of fighting this COVID fight, and I know you are tonight. I'm sick of hearing about it. But I do know that there's a lot of families devastated tonight right here in our home church, Green River Pentecostal Church, dealing with some stuff. We've lost some church members. Pray for their families tonight. Pray for those that are still sick, and lift them up to the Lord tonight, because He truly is our only hope and our only peace tonight, so we can be encouraged. And that's what I'm hoping to do, is encourage you tonight. Mark Todd's on here watching. Bless you, buddy. Rhonda Hatter is on here watching tonight. Becky Sparkman, again, says Orlis and Becky, good to have you all watching tonight. And the many of you that are not commenting, good to have you on here as well. I'm going to keep it with Zach Williams for just a moment. I love this new song you put out a while back. It's called There Was Jesus. Every time I try to make it on my own, every time I try to stand, I start to fall. And all those lonely roads that I have traveled on, each and every time there was Jesus. When the life I built came crashing to the ground, when the friends I had were nowhere to be found. I couldn't see it then, but I can see it now. There was Jesus. In the waiting, in the search, in the healing and the hurting, like a blessing buried in the broken pieces. Every minute, every moment, where I've been and where I'm going, even when I didn't know it or couldn't see it, there was Jesus. There was Jesus. For this man who needs amazing kind of grace. Oh, forgiveness had a price I couldn't pay. I'm not perfect, so I thank God every day. And there was Jesus. You see, this man, he needs amazing kind of grace. And forgiveness had a price I could never pay. And I'm not perfect, so I thank God every day. And there was Jesus. In the waiting, in the search, in the healing and the hurting, like a blessing buried in the broken pieces. Every minute, every moment, where I've been and where I'm going, even when I didn't know it or couldn't see it. And there was Jesus on the mountains, in the valleys, in the shadows of the alleys, in the fire, in the floods, always is and always was. Though I'll never walk alone, but you were always there. You were always there. In the wait, in the search, in the healing and the hurting, like a blessing buried in the broken pieces. Every minute, every moment, where I've been and where I'm going, even when I didn't know it or couldn't see it. And there was Jesus. There was Jesus. There he is. He said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you, but I'll go with you even unto the end of the world. And many, many times in my life, I've looked around and think he was nowhere around, but each and every time, he's always been there. And I appreciate the Lord tonight and his grace and his mercy that he bestows upon me that I do not deserve. Good to see Danica Spangler tonight watching. Let's see here. Mark Todd says Patrice and Clint and Mark are all watching tonight. And Clint is loving the singing. I appreciate you, buddy, very, very much. And tonight, I hope y'all are doing well. Brother Mark lost a brother this week, and one of my guests that's going to be on here with me tonight, I don't want to reveal him just yet. I always like to keep it a surprise as long as what I can. And but anyway, it's his family, and there's so many families hurting tonight. And my heart goes out to the Todd family, to the Carlos Tillett family, to the Alice Brown Carpenter family, to the Elroy Griffin family and the Bob Peck family tonight. There's just many families, and I don't mean to leave anybody out, but God knows all about each and every one tonight. I want you just to lift them up and ask God to touch them tonight. Good to see my buddy Mark Tate on here watching tonight. I love Mark Tate and your family, and love you guys very much. Deborah Wilson, Deborah Peyton Wilson. Good to see you on here watching tonight as well. Hope I've not left anybody out. If you're watching, I've not mentioned you. I don't mean to, but I get carried away. I'm getting old. My vision's not too good anymore. My hair's gray, and sometimes I forget and look over people. Don't mean to. Love each and every one of you. I wrote this a while back with my good friends. My good friend Marty Denton, my good friend and pastor, Brother Rick Naylor. I want to do it tonight. It's called Right Now. If there was ever a time that we needed the Lord, it is right now. Surrounded by my thoughts and fears, looking for joy, but so wet in tears. The storm that I've been facing is blinding me. You said you'd be near, but I can't feel. I try to believe, but the struggle, it's real. I need you more than ever right now. Open my eyes to the mighty wonders of a God who sees and never slumbers, casting all our mountains in the sea. And help me be brave while walking through fire, with a heartfelt praise and a godly desire. I need you more than ever right now. Oh, right now. You said we should walk by faith, not sight. I'm trying so hard to do this tonight, but the storm that I've been facing is blinding me. Committed to faith, but fear overwhelms me. I look ahead and demons surround me. Shower me with your goodness, Lord, I plead. And open my eyes to the mighty wonders of a God who sees and never slumbers, casting all our mountains in the sea. Help me be brave while walking through fire, with a heartfelt praise and a godly desire. I need you more than ever right now. Oh, right now. Let your power be within me, Lord, as I run this race. Let me feel that inner peace and see the wonders of your grace. Sometimes it seems like the waters surround me. Days are so dark that I can't see. Show me the way, Lord, somehow, some way. And I'll keep my eyes, my thoughts on you. I know your love will see me through. I'm ready for you, my Lord, oh, right now. So open my eyes to the mighty wonders of a God who sees and never slumbers, casting all our mountains in the sea. Help me be brave when I'm walking through fire, with a heartfelt praise and a godly desire. I need you more than ever right now, oh, right now. Very true song tonight, and I know where you're at. All of us are facing storms and circumstances in our life tonight. So wherever you are, high on the mountain, maybe, down in the valley tonight, maybe, or somewhere in the middle, God's with you tonight. We got to have faith. We got to keep believing. We've got to keep trusting. When things are going oh so wrong in our lives, God's never at a loss for words. He always knows what to do next. And so tonight we can rest assured in that. Let me go up to here. I want to end with this song tonight before I bring my first guests on. And I want you to listen to the words. Good to see Stephen Carpenter on here tonight. And Stephen, Brian, and Michael, our prayers are with you all still yet tonight. We're going to keep on praying, believing with you that God's going to help you all. They lost their father, I believe, back in May of this year. If I'm not mistaken on that, Stephen, correct me if I'm wrong. And then Sister Alice, their mother, went home to be with the Lord just a week or so ago. And I want you to lift that family up tonight, as well as all the families that are dealing with losses and so many things going on in their lives. So let me end with this song. We'll bring our guests on. You don't want to miss it, so hang out with me through this song. It's called I Praise You in This Storm. It's by Casting Crowns. It goes like this. Well, I was sure by now you would have reached down and wiped our tears away, stepped in and saved the day. But once again, tonight I say amen, but it's still raining. And as the thunder rolls, I barely hear you whisper through the rain, I'm with you. And as your mercy falls, I'll raise my hands and praise the God who gives and takes away. And I'll praise you in this storm, and I will lift my hands, for you are who you are, no matter where I am. And every tear I've cried, you hold in your hands. You never left my side, and though my heart is torn, I will praise you in this storm. Well, I remember when I stumbled in the wind. You heard my cry to you, and you raised me up again. My strength is almost gone. How can I carry on if I can't find you? And as the thunder rolls, I barely hear you whisper through the rain, I'm with you. And as your mercy falls, I will raise my hands and praise the God who gives and takes away. And I'll praise you in this storm, and I will lift my hands, for you are who you are, no matter where I am. And every tear I've cried, you hold in your hands. You never left my side, and though my heart is torn, Lord, tonight it's torn. I will praise you in this storm. I lift my eyes unto the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I lift my eyes unto the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. All right, yes, praise him even in the storms of life. I do a song sometimes says he's the God of the mountain, he's the God of the valley. He never changes. The Bible said he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. And so tonight we may change, our circumstances will change, but God never does change. He's always the same. And truly tonight I hope that song was a tremendous blessing to you. If it's raining, the winds of life are blowing, the storms are raging in your life, just keep on praising the Lord, and he'll help you make it through. Good to see an old school buddy, Desiree Hensley Coat, on here tonight. Desiree, hope you guys are doing wonderful. Patrice Todd says Merry Christmas. I think she's talking from Clint to Kathy Cottle. And so we want to give a big old Merry Christmas out tonight to Clint, who's watching at home. And appreciate all of you guys very, very much. Well, it's 7:31. I'm a minute late. I told these guys I'd try to have them on at 7:30. So anyway, tonight it's a great pleasure to welcome with me, first of all, Brother Jeremy Todd, who is here with me tonight. Jeremy, can you hear me? I'm not hearing you.
All right, I was on mute. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you wonderful tonight. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
All right, we're doing good. We're plugging along, and it's God's good. So
I looked at the bottom of my screen just a little bit ago, and he had this big sombrero hat on. You need to grab that and put it back on so everybody can see you.
There's a story. So I had this. I was trying to make Jason laugh, but my wife's a school counselor, and she's got all these props behind me down here in her office. So I was trying to make you laugh. I was hoping you didn't call me out, but I should have known you'd call me out.
I am thrilled to have Jeremy. Jeremy Todd serves as our missions pastor at Green River Pentecostal Church, doing a fantastic job, and I just appreciate him and his family tonight, and they're a true blessing, tremendous blessing to our church. Jeremy, I want to say I appreciate you. And we're going to talk a little bit later about some things on your heart. But first, I want to welcome another guest with us tonight that is also joining us from home, I reckon. And you all have heard, I'm sure, of the Turnersville Mission and the church out there in Turnersville that's doing such a tremendous job of helping so many families in our community, in our county here in Lincoln County, Kentucky, and other counties. I'll say that. I've been talking to them a couple different times. They've been on trips to get people and to bring them back here to Lincoln County and minister to them. I want to welcome tonight Renee King from the Turnersville Mission out in Turnersville, Kentucky. How are you tonight, Renee?
Pretty good, thank you.
All right. We wanted to bring you on with us tonight, and I so appreciate you and what you guys are doing out there at Turnersville. Could you tell our people just a little bit about Turnersville Mission? And by the way, Jeremy's on with us. He'll stay on the screen there. Jeremy, you feel free to just jump in, ask questions, or help with the conversation. But I just want you to tell a little bit tonight, Renee, if you will, about what you guys are doing, your mission, your vision, and what you want to see this thing go to at some point in time. So you take it from there, Renee.
Okay. I think it's come February. We'll be here 3 years. And we first started out just as a food bank and a clothing bank for those in need. And God just keeps growing it and growing it. And of course, whenever we whenever we started, we were like didn't know what we were doing because we had never done this before. But God said do it, so we said okay. And we still don't know what we're doing. um, and then it went from that to we actually have a church going now. A lot of people asked if we would start up a church, so we started the church up as well. And our main focus is, the mission and how we can be the hands and feet of Christ. Um, this March, I think it was when we actually started bringing in homeless and letting them live here in little shelters. We have two cabins divided three different or whatnot. And two of our rooms in the back of the church have windows. Right now we have um, one, two, three, six, 7 or 8 people that's here that's staying. We had close to 75 people in here, and yeah, everywhere. We've got a gentleman here now from Arizona, one from New Mexico. Um, they've been here from any county you can think of, and up. Of course, we ask them a few questions before we do that, but we are uh, we solely run on donations. We're not affiliated with the government, grants, or anything like that. So whatever comes in is what we use to help these people with. We do get furniture in from time to time, and we have people that are burnout victims, and sometimes they need furniture, so we try our best to find them furniture. And we have a weekly clothes supplier, so that way we can have clothes in and out as well. During the warm months, we have a rummage sale, which helps to um, support the mission. And actually, we have felt that God is growing us even more right now. So we've started putting, I don't know what you would call it, volunteer staff members. And it's just, it's like it's booming. This Saturday or this Sunday will be our third Christmas miracle. We have 59 families that had signed up for Christmas help. We'll have two different groups. The first one will be at 12:30. The second one will be at 3. Um, they'll come in. My husband will read the Christmas story from Luke, and we'll feed them a chicken dinner. Um, and we have several different churches that supply the side dishes for that. We've got some that comes in to volunteer just for the event itself, and so they'll eat dinner, and then we will hand out their gifts for their children and a food box for them with a turkey. And when the first group is gone, should be around 2 o'clock. Then at 3 o'clock, the second group comes in, and the second group, we do the same thing, but it's a little different. We also invite walk-ins. We have people that call after the sign-up deadline, and we tell them, if you want to come to the dinner, you're more than welcome. And whatever extra we've got left over after all the ones that have signed up gets their gifts and things, then we can, share the rest with you all. So we have walk-ins at the end of the second service, and it's an all-day event. And the first year we we felt the call to do it. Not 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks before we actually done it. God has a sense of humor with us. because we feel him tell us to do something, and we're like, what? And he says, just do it. So we do it. Or we try to anyway. But the first year we had 495 people that we served for the Christmas event. The second last year was 360 something. And then this year, like I say, we've got the 59 families, but there's a total of 199 that in the families themselves. So it's a little less, but God blessed us in that way, and we were able to actually do a little bit more because this year we got to wrap the presents. but you'll have to overlook me. I get really excited with this stuff.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
But so that's this Sunday, and during the school during the summer, right before school starts up, we'll do a backpack full of school supplies, and people will come by and pick up a backpack for their kids, and whatever we have here, we give it away till we run out. What else?
There's so much going on.
Yeah, there's always something going on here. And if anybody ever wanted to, I'll just throw this out there, volunteer. We always need people. We're trying to fix up, the church, of course, because it had been a while since somebody had been in here. And we're always working to do that. We're always working on the little cabins for the people. And we have kids club now with the youth. So we've got quite a bit that's going on, and we may possibly be getting a second church after the holidays. And if that is the case, we will set it up for the shelter itself, and we'll divide it off into rooms and type things like that. And it's just right down the road. And we've also been offered a lot that's really close to the church where we can put more little, those little cabins, which they're those shelters is what they are. The buildings, tiny homes or whatever that people's got all over the place right now. And so after the holidays, we are kind of looking at the mission itself actually expanding. So we'll see how that goes after the holidays.
Well, y'all are doing a tremendous job out there. I know back before I knew what you all were doing out there, I had numerous people that would say, what in the world is going on in Turnersville? There's always cars out there. There's always people doing things. And I know my good buddy Jeremy's got something on his mind he's wanting to say right now. I can see it in his eyes there. But he can chime in, Jeremy, if you've got questions or comments or things. Once again, those of you just joined us tonight, Renee King from Turnersville Mission is with us. Who in the world is that in the background, Renee?
This is our new youth minister. So
awesome.
Yeah.
My name's Tim Shockley. This is my mom. She's crazy.
Well, good to have you on with us, buddy. I was thinking that was John. That my buddy John there for a second. I was going to aggravate him, but
where is he right now? He's at work. Oh. Yeah, we got to go pick him up from work.
Okay, he's working tonight. So
Yeah.
I know just from what I've been affiliated with you all for just a few weeks. I was working with a fella in need and at the time, and you guys welcomed him. He was homeless and living on the street at the time, and y'all welcomed him in with open arms. And to see that, and Brother Jeremy, you helped me here, but to see that going on in Lincoln County, to have a place to where people can find shelter, they can find comfort and support and help, they get fed. There's just a lot of great things happening out at Turnersville Mission. And all of my viewers and those that are on the church stream tonight, I just wanted everybody to meet you all, Renee, and to know a little bit more in depth about what you all were doing. Now, I'll give it to Jeremy here in just a second if he wants to chime in there, but I want to ask you, how did this start? How did it come about?
I'm so glad you asked. This is my favorite part. Back before my husband and I got married, we had been talking about how we wanted to. We both felt the call to help the homeless, and we didn't know what it was. We just had that urgency, and a friend of mine who happened to have been the caretaker of Turnersville Christian had put it on the Facebook page that he had the keys to church if somebody wanted to, use it for some type of mission or church or whatever. And we had gotten engaged by then and everything, and we were like, "Yeah, are we supposed to go talk to him about this?" And yeah, we are. So we came over here and met him, and he showed us around. And at that particular time, we were feeling the call to a homeless shelter. Like, this would be a great place for a homeless shelter. But when we got to checking everything out, as far as running it through, with government programs and that type thing, it was like, we can't do that. That's way too much money, and we don't have that. And so we decided, you know what, we're going to fix this up with whatever God sends us, and have the clothes and furniture and the food here for whoever needs it, and we'll start out that way. And every single time we talked about something that we needed, we would come down here and it was sitting on the front doorsteps. And I am not exaggerating. I mean, paint. We'd come down here, it was sitting on the front. Somebody'd call, "Can you come and get this carpet? It's really good carpet. It would be good in your rooms." We have Oh, let me tell you this. One year, the first year that we had our Christmas program, right after it, I mean, it was that week after, we had people that broke in here and took everything that was left. And they messed up the church. They took, they took our toilet. But they was nice enough to stuff a rag back down in the hole where it wouldn't leak out. But they took everything, including the toilet. And whenever we had put it on the radio, then everything was just coming. It was just pouring in. New toilet, new this, new that. I mean, it was better than what we had before. And I knew we knew that that was God saying, "Okay, you took from my people, but look what I'm going to give them back now." So that happened. Everything that we've ever needed here, God has provided, right down to our church cat. Yeah, I said church cat. When we first came here, there was mice in the church. So we were like, I think we need a cat out here because we're right in the middle of this cornfield. And so we drove off, had lunch, come back, and there sat the cat. And she's been here ever since. And we had somebody that took her and got her spayed for us. I mean, God just keeps doing whatever needs to be done. He just puts it there. We're like, okay, well, we can't do this. And he's like, but I'm going to make sure you do.
And I know people's information and things like that are private, those who are out there and all that. But far as counties in Kentucky, I know both times that I have called and talked to you guys, there's been a few more calls, but about business stuff. You all have been on a trip somewhere to pick up a family and bring them back to Lincoln County to minister to them.
Yeah.
And just tell our viewers tonight just a little bit, how far do you all go?
Well, we've went to Lexington. We've taken food boxes to Lexington. We brought people back from Lexington. London, Corbin. West Virginia. Well, like I say, and we've got some here from Arizona and New Mexico. Now we didn't go get them, but they ended up in Lancaster and around the areas, and somebody somewhere told them about us, and they ended up here. Um, we just had one that came from Colorado and went back. Um, Garrett County, Case County, of course.
Doesn't matter anywhere.
Yeah, wherever somebody needs, wherever the need is, that's where we go.
And
Um,
that's amazing to me that you all are putting that kind of time in, and you're driving and going and getting people and bringing them back here to Lincoln County. Just an amazing testimony of what God is doing and can do, and breaking that down into the individual lives of people. What God's doing for you guys out there, supplying your needs and providing the money and everything that needs to be done, He can do that very same thing for people listening tonight as well. But, Jeremy, what's on your mind, buddy?
Well, I just sort of had and it kind of goes along with what we're talking about. Are you ready for me to kind of?
We'll just finish up with the Turnersville, and then we'll kind of go into that for a few minutes if you want to. That way, she may have some
Okay.
things she's doing and all that.
Right. Well, listen, I'll be in touch with you guys. I think we brought some food out there a couple years ago. You all were having a Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. We got a lot of the sides and things, but I was talking to Jason today, and I think he talked to the pastor. So we would like to come out and maybe sit down and see how we could be of a help to you guys. We know it takes funding and things like that. You guys, like you said, are being the hands and feet, and that you all are doing an awesome job. And it's exciting. It's exciting for me to see the excitement in you as you talk about it, and that's what it's all about. And we appreciate that, and we'll be in touch with you. So thank you all for all you're doing. We'll be in prayer for you,
Thank
and
you.
thank you very much.
All right, Renee, we'll just kind of end. I know you're busy. Y'all got something going on all the time out there. But
That's
tell people.
Bible study and supper. So
Okay, Bible study and supper tonight. So that's an awesome thing. Tell people listening tonight what kind of things you all could use. If how they would get it there. I mean, just drop it off there, I'm assuming. But just kind of tell our people. I know prayer. You guys need prayer, as we
Yeah.
all do.
Yeah.
And but it takes money, it takes supplies, it takes things to make stuff like this happen. And I know from my heart, I want to see this expand, and because I feel like the need down the road will be greater and greater and greater. And to have something like this in Lincoln County is just simply amazing. And it is a good opportunity for people to get involved and to help. We never know, our family members and people that we know, might need this at some point in time. So we want to keep it here, and we want to see it grow. So Renee, just close us out tonight by just talking a little bit about that, and anything else you want to talk about on your heart will be fine.
okay. If anyone wants to volunteer time, that's awesome. Because we've got little projects around here that need to be done and everything. We could always use any type of food because there's always somebody living here. Plus, we make food boxes and take them out to people around the counties and towns and places like that. So we always need to keep the kitchen stocked. We always need cleaning supplies, paper plates, cups, plastic, silverware, eating utensils, toilet paper, very much toilet paper, and Clorox wipes. Yeah, skilled labor is that we need that a lot.
Get the other place.
Yeah, and especially if we get that second church, we're going to need a lot of help down there. But what else?
We're bringing toys for Sunday.
Yeah, if anybody wants to bring in toys before Sunday, that's great too. Um, if anybody wants to do monetary, we do have a PO box. It's PO Box 33 in McKinney, Kentucky 40448. And but if they want to drop off something, there's somebody usually here 24/7 at the church now. The back door, they can bring it to the back door, and somebody will take it in from there. Um, we don't take a whole lot of clothes per se because of the supplier that we do have. We get weekly supplies from them, and if we took clothes from individuals, we would not have nowhere to put them. But covers, sheets, pillowcases, um, towels, because there is a shower here. Towels, wash rags, pillows, any kind of hygiene supplies, because we keep the bathroom stocked for them as well. Pretty much anything to live that they need to live. So, and also, we use that as well to share with those if they call and say, hey, I'm out of food this week. Could you help me out a little bit? Or I need this or I need that. We take it to them when they need it. Yes. If anybody feels froggy out there, we are in desperate need of a good running church van because my husband and our vehicles may not last very long. But we are in desperate need of a church van. If anybody has one that they would like to donate, that's great. Yes, that is great. Because we run everywhere. Just today, we went to Owensboro with one of the residents here. And we're constantly running.
And that is, I can vouch for that too. I'll say this, the other night when I was out there, y'all had just got back from bringing a fella back that had just had a surgery.
Yeah.
And y'all had been there at the hospital with him all day long that day. And I'm telling you, these are great people with a great mission, a vision to want to help people. And I know Joni House, good to see you on here tonight. Griffin Harness is on here. He's one of our law enforcement officers here in the county. And he says this, I love working with these people. We do as a law enforcement team because they will take people when nobody else will. And that's a tremendous testimony to what you guys are doing. I also want to mention this. I know Joni's commented on there about people giving money. Now, this money's not coming to me, and but it is going to, if you donate any money or any kind of supplies or anything, you actually will take that out to and get it to Turnersville Mission. They're out in Turnersville, Kentucky. I'm pointing like y'all can tell which way I'm pointing. But anyway.
I can give the address if you like.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. 200 Highway 198, Stanford. It's right off of 78.
And it's very easy to find. If you're coming from Stanford, you take 78 all the way to Turnersville, make a left, and the church will be right there on your left. And so we want you guys in the county, churches, people that are not in churches. We want to keep this mission going. We know God's going to keep it going, but he'll use us to keep it going and help them. And I know in talks with Jeremy and Brother Rick today, I know our church is going to help out as we can with different areas and different ways. So I'm just excited about what you guys are doing out there, Renee, and the things that you all are allowing God to use you in. So somebody's watching tonight that may have a church van or know a church that wants to get rid of one. They will gladly take it, and they'll put it to good use, traveling, going places with these residents that are out there. So who knows who's watching tonight? Maybe you're watching and God's been just really tugging at your heart to get involved in some kind of ministry. You can do that right there in Turnersville Mission. Renee, thank you for your time tonight. I just appreciate what you guys are doing. And I am glad to say that Brother Jeremy's on here, and he's going to be getting in contact with you as well. So we just appreciate y'all. We're lifting you up in prayer, and we're going to get behind you and support you as much as what we possibly can. So all of you watching tonight, we'd like for you to do the very same thing. So appreciate you all very much, Renee.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Bless you too. God bless you.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
all right, Jeremy. Just amazing
Right.
to see how God's moving and the things He's doing in our community here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We it's good to see just the impact that just a few people can make, and that's what it's all about, and that's what we read about in the New Testament. And like she said, being the hands and feet is what we're here to do. I fail so many times, and but it goes right along with. I'm not going to be long. I've just got just a little bit here that I was wanting to talk about that hopefully uplift some people. We as a community, family, a church have been we've been struck by some tragedy, and we have found ourselves as a church not able to meet in person and things like that. But that's uplifting to seeing what they're doing and being the hands and feet. And that's what actually I want to talk about tonight is just, and I kind of titled it, of course, it was last minute. I was going from one meeting to another when Jason called but I was like, yeah, I'll get on there. I know Brother Rick's wore out. We've been praying for him, and I know people watching have been too, and praying for the different families. But if I had to title this tonight, it's something that I've just rolled in my mind. The doors are closed at Green River, but we're still the church, and we can't quit being the church. And just because some issues have came about and we've had an outbreak and had to close down, everyone completely understands that. But we still have to be the church. And it may look a little different. It may feel a little different, but God's word's still the same. And I know that the precious people that's passed away in our church, Sharon and I, for the last 7, 10, 14 days, we've just walked around and with heavy hearts. And we've talked about the ones that's passed and just the impact and the servant's heart that they had. And going through these last few days, we found ourselves just trying to do some things to uplift others. And of course, number one, I think the doors are closed, but we all have to pray and uplift one another. And I know Minnie's doing that, but I encourage you to keep just praying for the brothers and sisters that are going through so many things. Pray for a pastor. He's probably faced the hardest week, and I don't want to speak for him, but it's got to be one of the hardest 2 or 3 weeks ever in his ministry. Pray for him. Pray for the families that are that have lost loved ones. Pray for the folks that are in the hospitals and still struggling with this virus. That's one way we can be the church, is just to bind together in prayer. And I know we're in the Pentecostal movement and we like that feeling and things like that, but it's not about the feeling. It's about what the words say. It's about those red letters, and we got to hold on to the faith. No matter how we feel or what's going around us, we have to hold on to that faith, because at the end of the day, that's all we got. And if we hold on, we're good for eternity. And so I was going to just, I looked up a verse here, Ephesians 6:18, and it says, "And pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the Lord's people. Stay alert and be persistent in your prayers for all believers everywhere." And I think that's huge, is to just uplift the ones around us in prayer. Because when we focus on others, it helps us not focus on ourselves. And I think that's always huge, is when I start focusing on me, things really start to get screwed up. And it's about everyone else. And that's the way Jesus wants it. Number two, one of the things that I've really tried to do, and I know many people at our church and in our community have tried to do, is just communicate with others. You know, we can't go to church and different things, but just communicating with others. And I know many, Jason, we've stayed in really close contact through this, and we've been bouncing ideas and things, and that really has helped me. And he would call some people, I would call some people, and we would give each other updates. And I think that's huge, is communicating and building each other up. And in Proverbs 15:4, the soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. And just calling people and asking how they're doing, maybe pulling up in their driveway. I know a lot of us have been quarantined and different things, but I think that's huge, is just communicating, because, our communities had the COVID blues, no doubt. And just the communication. And I know, our families face some things, and it's so uplifting to hear from people that we haven't heard from in years, and it would be the last person you think would call or text, and it just really uplifts our spirits. And so, I think it's huge for us as Christians in a time like this, where we can't assemble together with the technology, just like what Jason's doing tonight. I think it's huge for us to communicate with one another, whether it's by phone, text, a Zoom meeting, whatever, to uplift each other. And the third one and last one tonight is be a blessing. And when I wrote this, I've thought of some of our church members that have went on, and all three of them was such a blessing. Everybody, our church is great. The people, we were talking the other day, the people at Green River and in that community are some of the best people that you would ever want to be around. And 1 Peter 4:10 says, "Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms." And I think that's huge. Whatever gift you have, we all have different gifts. I'm not a person that's good in crowds, but it doesn't bother me to knock on somebody's door and talk to them and joke and cut up. Like Sharon says, I can talk for an hour and a half after church, but during church, I don't say a whole lot. And that's kind of my gift. I'm more of a one-on-one person. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she'd go to Walmart. If nobody talked to her, she'd talk to the soup cans, because she's just that much of a people's person. And we all have gifts, just like Jason gets on here and sings. And I mean, it's just amazing to see how the church has been the church since we've had to close down for a while. And I know people are, depressed and things, but look around and just see how people are responding. And to me, it's been an inspiration to see what people are doing. And, with just contacting each other and praying for one another. So don't get down. Focus on the others around you right now. And that's what I've tried to do, is because there's a lot of things that's happened that's put things back into perspective for me. And there's a lot of people hurting really bad right now, not just in our community, but I just ask Green River, let's focus on, and we've always done a good job. But I know Alice Carpenter, I know Robbie Todd, and I know Elroy would all tell us to focus on others. They wouldn't. They've won the race, and we're still trying to get there. And as hard as it is to think about them being gone, they prayed. They were always communicating. Elroy Griffin's always picking at somebody, and I mean, I remember many things that he done for me growing up. Alice Carpenter, who else could be a blessing and herd all of us men at a Christmas play and keep all of us focused at the same time and pull a play together? I don't know anybody else that could do it. You know, Robbie Todd, my uncle, I mean, who else could say the things and bring the joy to people like he did, just communicating and poking fun and just showing the joy of Christ. I mean, that's what it's about. And, you know, I challenge each of you at Green River, or if you don't go to Green River, I mean, this is crazy times that it's almost unbelievable to see unfold. But we can be the church without going in those doors. And that's the way it started in the New Testament. Jesus and those disciples turned the world upside down. And what a more fitting person to have on tonight is that mission in Turnersville. I mean, they're being the church. They don't have anything fancy, but look at the impact they're making. And we can do that through this month of December. We can pray for one another, pray for the lost, communicate, be a blessing, and come back to focusing on that first love. I remember when I got saved, I was fired up and just couldn't contain it. And I think I know me lately, you know, you get in the rut and things and you kind of lose some of that, but I shouldn't. And some things have caused me to change my perspective a little bit in the last couple of months, last month. And so I just challenge you all to help pray for each other, to help communicate. You know, communication is huge. Just speaking life into people and being a blessing. And each of y'all know who's struggling, whether it's our church or our community or what. We're still the church. We are still Green River. And I'm not a big promoter of a specific church or whatever. I'm all about the kingdom. Anybody that knows me, I'm about the kingdom. I don't care the denomination. But we're the church, and nothing's going to stop the church until Jesus comes back. And Galatians 6:2 says, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. And right now I see many people helping carry the burdens. And so let's continue to pray for these families. It's going to, you know, it's tough, but they've won the race and they want us to continue. And those three have been influences in my life, and there's many other people hurting. You know, we need to pray for Russell and Steve Brown. Todd Salyer's just lost a sister. I mean, it's everywhere. And I'm not going to lie, for the past week, I've walked around this house and just burst out crying. But they want us to move on because they've won the race and they wouldn't come back now if they had to. pray for our pastor. I know I can't imagine trying to lead in a time like this. Pray for him. And I just want the church. I love you all. I mean, the people, they're some of the best people ever. I mean, we got each other's backs, and I hope you all know I got your back, and I appreciate you. But don't get discouraged. I know it's December. I know the holidays is coming up. We're in the middle of a pandemic that myself didn't realize the seriousness of it till it hit at home. But the doors are closed, but we're still the church, and we're still going to march on. And the word says, walk by faith, not by sight. And that says it all right now. There's a lot of craziness going on around us, but we have to walk by faith, and faith coming by hearing the word. So stick your head in that word, build up that faith. I know families is going through a lot, and let's cover those families in prayer like never before, because they need it. And I just want to tell you all thank you, but I don't want you to get discouraged, because the doors are closed, but we're still the church, and there's not a devil in hell that can stop us.
Wonderful job, Brother Jeremy. Brooke Walls has just commented on there. Good word to Brother Jeremy, and tremendous. And like he said, I called him on the spur of the moment today and said, hey, we want to do this thing for the church tonight. Would you be a part of it? And he's always there to say absolutely. And I appreciate Sharon and Jeremy and their family and what they're doing at Green River Pentecostal Church and our missions team. I mean, Jeremy's involved in home missions, doing a tremendous job with that. He's involved in our orphanage in Haiti and visits there a few times a year, and just so many things. But tonight you've heard his heart, and you've heard Jeremy the way I know Jeremy, and it's so dark right now if you look at all the negative stuff, Brother Jeremy. But when you start to look around and you get in the Bible and you begin to encourage one another and pray one for another, that's what it's all about, is coming together as a family, not a denomination, not a church, but as a family, to say we're here, like he read the scripture, to bear one another's burdens. So many people are troubled and burdened tonight, but we want to be, as our church, and there's many other churches in our county and our surrounding areas that want to be there for you. And we want to say tonight, if you don't have a church, you're welcome at Green River. I know Brother Vola Brown would tell you you're welcome at Grace Fellowship. And all of these other churches in our area would tell you you're welcome to come. And so do that. If you've been thinking about getting involved in a church somewhere, do that. You've heard testimonies tonight of how churches are working and they're trying to touch our community and doing a fantastic job. And Brother Jeremy, I love you, buddy, and I appreciate you and your family very, very much tonight.
Well, thank you, Jason.
We will end with a song tonight, Jeremy. I won't keep you tied up. I'd say you got babies to get with and little girls that's wanting their daddy. I've kept him on here for an hour almost now. And tell everybody I said hello, and we love you all very much. Let me say Mark Todd said, great job. He's very proud of you tonight. And Shirley Medker's watching. Brenda Johnson's watching. Just so many people's watching tonight from all over the nation, actually. There's a lot of people from different parts of our country that are watching. And so we just appreciate all of you. Jeremy, I'll let you get off here, buddy, and I do love you and appreciate you very much. And Jeremy is off the air, and I just love that fella there very much. Him and his family is just a tremendous blessing. I do want to end with a song tonight. Jeremy mentioned that scripture there on the end. And I don't know. This may be for somebody that's watching tonight that needs to hear the words of this song. We'll end with this. And you guys, we love you very much. Appreciate you, praying for you. And it goes something like this. This song's for somebody watching tonight. You've done well at hiding the pain in your life. You've hidden the sorrows that haunt you each night. But if there is something that you need to share, I want you to know someone cares. And you don't have to bear your burdens alone. You've got a friend. You're not on your own. Just take my hand and we'll find help at the throne. You don't have to bear your burdens alone. At times life seems unfair and so hard to stand. Reach out for someone just to hold to your hand. If there's something that you need to share, I want you to know someone cares. And you don't have to bear your burdens alone. You've got a friend. You're not on your own. So just take my hand and we'll find help at the throne. You don't have to bear your burdens alone. You don't have to bear your burdens alone. All right, true song tonight. Good message. You don't have to bear your burdens alone. Let me say, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening tonight. Remember all of our sick. Pray for them. Remember the families, as Brother Jeremy mentioned, I mentioned throughout the program, the names of those that we've lost in our community here in McKinney. And we want you to lift their families up tonight in prayer. And don't forget the Turnersville Mission. Those of you that will watch this program at a later time, let me say this. If you're looking for a place to give to in whatever way, give your prayers if that's all you can give. But tonight, if you're looking for somewhere that you can donate something or you can give a little bit of money or a lot of money, who knows? We may have people watching that can give a lot of money. Turnersville Mission's doing a great work in that they are providing shelter for the homeless. They are feeding them, giving them encouragement every day. I've been out there a couple times and visited and just seen people talking and laughing, and there's Bible studies going on. So let me just end with this saying, pray for Turnersville Mission tonight. And if it's on your heart to give, she's given the contact information throughout the program. You can message me on Facebook to get the address or the phone number, and really pray about getting involved in that mission. I really am glad to see a homeless shelter in place in Lincoln County, Kentucky. And I know there's others. I know the Baptist Association does a lot of stuff in our county. I don't mean to leave anybody out because there's a lot of good people doing a lot of great things, and God's blessing all of it. But tonight we chose to have Turnersville on just to let you guys know how great of a job that they're doing and the many people and the many lives that they're touching. So pray for them. Pray for us. We'll pray for you. And ask God to touch these families that are hurting, sick loved ones, they've lost loved ones, whatever the need is tonight. God can bless them. So you have a good night, and thank you for hanging out with me for an hour and a half almost tonight. I appreciate Jeremy Todd and Renee King for being on with me tonight as well. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time. Good night, and God bless each of you.